She's the Venus goddess, delighting in both bodily love and stargazing. Imagine her sipping cosmic lattes with the sun god Shamash and the moon god Sin. They formed an astral trio, an Ishtar symbol, a star with rays 6, 8, or 16 within a circle. But hold your horses or celestial chariots. Ishtar wasn't just about love and light. Nope, she had layers. Picture this: fire and fire quenching, rejoicing and tears. She was like a cosmic mood board, and her popularity spread like wildfire across the ancient Middle East. And yes, my friend, she even had a side gig as the Queen of the Universe. An ambitious title, right? She borrowed powers from An, Enlil, and Enki, making her the ultimate cosmic influencer. So, when you say Ishtar, Isis, Venus, Columbia, it's like mixing mythological cocktails. Each ingredient adds a splash of intrigue. And hey, if Ishtar ever drops by for coffee, tell her I said hi. Innana, the ancient Mesopotamian goddess of love, war, and fertility. She's quite the intriguing figure, isn't she? Let's dive into her story a bit. Innana, also known as Ishtar among the Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians, held sway over quite a few domains. Imagine her as a celestial multitasker. She presided over sensuality, procreation, divine law, and even political power. Quite the awesome, right? Here are some fascinating tidbits about Innana, or Ishtar, Queen of Heaven. Her primary title was the Queen of Heaven. She ruled from the Grand Innana temple in the city of Uruk, where her cult flourished. And guess what? She had a thing for Venus the planet, not the goddess of love. Innana's phases were reflected in 3 forms: morning Innana, evening Innana, and princely Innana, all tied to Venus's celestial dance divine justice enforcer. Alongside her twin brother Utu, later known as Shamash, Innana was the enforcer of divine justice. She didn't take nonsense lightly. When Mount Ebed dared to challenge her authority, she obliterated it. And when a gardener named Shuka let it across the line by assaulting her while she slept, she unleashed her fury upon him. Talk about a goddess who doesn't mess around. Symbols and influence. Innana's symbols included the lion representing her fierce power and the 8-pointed star. She was beloved by the Assyrians, who elevated her to the top of their pantheon, even above their national god Ashur. Her influence extended beyond Mesopotamia, subtly shaping other goddesses like Ashtar and possibly even influencing the development of Aphrodite in Greek mythology. Eye temples. Innana was also known as the Eye Goddess. Some of the oldest eye temples dedicated to her date back to around 3000 BC. These temples contained figurines with wide, owl-like eyes that seemed to coil like snakes. Quite the visual statement, I'd say. Now, let's switch gears a bit. Isis, but not the ancient goddess this time. Instead, you're referring to the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. Quite a leap from ancient mythology to modern geopolitics, right? The fascinating interplay of ancient goddesses and their connections. Let's delve into this intriguing web of mythology and history, shall we? Innana, Sumerian. Ishtar, Akkadian. Innana, also known as Ishtar, is a central figure in Mesopotamian mythology. She's a multifaceted goddess, embodying love, war, fertility, sensuality, divine law, and political power. Quite the awesome, right? As the planet Venus, she graces both the morning and evening skies, adding an astral dimension to her persona too. Imagine her celestial dance across the heavens. Innana's story is rich and complex. One of the most captivating tales is her descent into the underworld, a journey that symbolizes transformation, sacrifice, and renewal. It's like the ultimate cosmic adventure, complete with divine drama and unexpected twists. 3. Libertas and the Statue of Liberty. Now, let's hop over to the New World, where the iconic Statue of Liberty stands tall in New York Harbor. You know, that majestic lady with the torch and the crown of rays. French sculptor Frédéric Bartholdi designed the statue, but the concept itself was born from the mind of another Frenchman, Édouard René de Laboulaye. Laboulaye envisioned a colossal symbol of liberty and freedom during the American Civil War. Here's where it gets interesting. Laboulaye wanted a statue that echoed an ancient goddess. He and Bartholdi referred to her as Libertas. But guess what? Libertas had a previous gig. She was none other than the Roman goddess of personal freedom and liberty. Yep, the same concept we now encapsulate in the word freedom. Libertas even championed sexual freedom and was associated with war because freedom sometimes needs a good fight, right? She was quite the multitasker. But wait, there's more. Libertas had an earlier incarnation. Ishtar, the Babylonian goddess. In Sumerian, she was Innana, the queen of heaven, and in Canaan, they called her Ashtaroth. So, libertas Ishtar, Innana different names, same cosmic vibes for the goddess connection. These goddesses, whether Sumerian, Babylonian, or Roman, were all linked by threads of freedom, sensuality, and power. They danced across cultures, continents, and millennia, leaving their mark on human imagination. So, when you look at Lady Liberty, remember that she carries echoes of ancient divinity. She's a beacon not just for immigrants seeking new beginnings. Monotheism refers to the belief in the existence of one God or the oneness of God. It stands in contrast to polytheism, which involves believing in the existence of many gods, and also differs from atheism, the belief that there is no God, and agnosticism, the belief that the existence or non-existence of a god or gods is unknown or unknowable. In monotheistic traditions such as Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, the central tenet is that there is only one supreme deity. This singular God is often considered unique and fundamentally different from any other beings. The essence and character of this God are believed to be unparalleled, too. It's fascinating how monotheism has shaped the course of human history and influenced various cultures and civilizations. Whether you're exploring religious studies or simply curious about different belief systems, monotheism remains a rich and complex. However, let's explore a bit more to see if we can uncover any related mythological or historical contexts. In various mythologies, there are primordial deities, those ancient beings who predate the more familiar gods and goddesses. These primordial figures represent fundamental forces and concepts in the cosmos. Let's take a quick dive into a couple of them. Gaia Earth. Gaia, also known as Mother Earth, is one of the earliest beings in Greek mythology. She emerged spontaneously from chaos, the void that existed before creation. Gaia is not just a goddess. She is the very embodiment of the earth itself. She gave birth to Uranus, the sky, the mountains, and the sea. Her story is intertwined with that of Uranus, her son and husband, and their offspring, including the Titans and eventually the Olympian gods. Namu. Sumerian mythology. Namu is a primordial sea goddess in Sumerian mythology. She is considered one of humanity's oldest recorded deities, with written records dating back over 4,000 years. According to Sumerian beliefs, Namu created the world. She represents the primal water. Life isn't a straight line. It's more like a cosmic scavenger hunt. Kabbalah encourages you to embrace the twists, turns, and hidden clues. So, when you're stuck in traffic, don't just curse the red lights. Think, maybe the universe wants me to practice patience. Or maybe it's testing my... Remember, practical Kabbalah isn't about growing a long white beard and predicting lottery numbers. It's about weaving intention into your existence. Like India's spiritual landscape is vast, with Hinduism, Buddhism, and other faiths. Worship varies from temple rituals to personal meditation. In Japan, Shinto and Buddhism lead, with nature worship and ancestor reverence. China's rich traditions mix Taoism, Confucianism, and Buddha, the cosmic dance of Shiva. Let's unravel the mystery of those four arms, shall we? Shiva, in Hindu mythology, is often portrayed with four arms. This iconic representation is known as Nataraja, which translates to Lord of the Dance. Here's the scoop: the cosmic dancer. Nataraja embodies Shiva's role as the cosmic dancer, the one who orchestrates the eternal dance of creation, preservation, and destruction. Imagine Shiva twirling gracefully amidst the universe, setting everything in motion. The four arms, each arm in Nataraja's form carries symbolic significance. Right back hand holds a damaru, an hourglass-shaped drum. It represents creation, the rhythm that brings existence into being. Right front hand strikes the Abhaya Mudra, the fear not gesture. It's like Shiva saying, "Don't worry, I've got this." Left back hand grasps Agni, the fire. Fire symbolizes destruction, the transformative force that clears the way for new beginnings. Left front hand rests across Shiva's chest in the Gajahasta pose, think elephant trunk. It signifies embodiment, the material world merging with the divine. The dancing dwarf. Under Shiva's feet, you'll often find a dwarf figure. This little guy represents Apasmara, a symbol of human ignorance or forgetfulness. Shiva dances on Apasmara, reminding us to overcome ignorance and seek enlightenment. Ring. Nat, the fiery Araya, is encircled by flames, the Prabha Mandala. These flames symbolize the cycle of existence, birth, and rebirth. It's like Shiva's cosmic hula hoop. Shiva's four arms are not related to Atlantis or Lemuria, which, by the way, would be quite an unexpected twist. Instead, they're a powerful artistic expression. Hinduism, a rich and diverse religion with a long history, and its pantheon of deities, has evolved over time. Let's explore some aspects of the origins of Hindu gods. Vedic-era origins. The roots of Hinduism can be traced back to the Vedic period, which began around the 2nd millennium BC. During this time, the Indo-Aryans migrated to the Indian subcontinent and brought their distinct beliefs. The Vedas, ancient sacred texts composed during this period, mention various deities. Among them, Indra, the chief god, Surya, the sun deity, and Agni associated with fire were prominent. These Vedic gods were revered in rituals and hymns, forming the foundation of early Hinduism.